Hi everyone, welcome to Gamerscore Weekly with your host, Polish Gaming. Just decided to change it up a little bit for the sheer fact from What's Up Wednesdays because it mainly is focused heavily on Gamerscore. I will still be doing reviews on retro games and stuff like this. For this week I'm not doing anything because I have actually quite a jam-packed week due to the fact that this is 2 episodes of what it was to be What's Up Wednesdays and is now Gamerscore Pickups. So without further ado, we'll get into it right here. First on the list was Tiny Little Farm. Now this is a game by Phoenix Reborn Games. Great sim management game that has a 2000 Gamerscore, an Xbox One and Xbox Series S. Cross-platform 2000, so it's pretty cool right there. Now the achievements for this one are pretty basic. It's pretty much, you just got to do levels, repair certain sections, you got to repair the fishing hut so that you can go catch fish for an achievement, and you've also got to repair the furnace as well. And basically it's all pretty much about farming, sim management, also unlocking things like parsley, wheat, onions, and as you go, and that progresses, and then there's a couple of quests that you need to do. But other than that, pretty easy and solid 2000 Gamerscore from Phoenix Reborn Games here, Tiny Little Farm. Now the next one here is Pyramid Platformer, the Gem Heist. Now this one here is made by FA Games. Pyramid Platformer was 2000 Gamerscore on both the Series S and the Series X. Pretty nifty little platformer, does get a little bit hard in the later levels. The achievements in this one are pretty easy. They're getting from level 1 right up to 40. Starts off like that and then it gets into a couple where it gets every 3rd or 4th level. The music in it was very interesting. It almost sounded like I played a game almost like Aladdin or Indiana Jones or something. It had this really like Arabic kind of music. It was interesting. It did not feel like it was, did sound very similar to something else I've heard. Now, the next one here is Farmer Survivors. Now, this is a 2000 Gamerscore by AFIL Games. Now, this is another roguelike game. Now, I've just realized I've been saying roguelike, thinking it's like roguelike. I don't know, that's why I didn't understand what the name behind it is. It's roguelite. R-O-U-G-E-L-I-T-E. Now, that is pretty much, as you can see by the video clip here, it's one of those ones where you're pretty much going around. Now this did have automatic aim, and it's a lot, and considering the last one that I played like this didn't have auto aim, so that was a bit annoying. And this one, you're pretty much just going around. The achievements for these ones is you got to pick up like weapons, 5 weapons, you got to get abilities out of chests, you got to get 1800 coins all up. So I think there's about 3 or 4 achievements for that. I didn't actually understand how to kind of play it until when I read one of the achievements and says you got to go through the trees, and you're like, what do you mean? Walk through the trees, nothing happens, but then you got to dash through the trees. So it's all about dashing, gaining abilities, and getting up there. Now the next one here is actually a bit of a grail for the Xbox 360. Now that game is My Horse and Me Too. Unfortunately, do not have any of my own video clip. So with this one, you'll see a video clip of just a traditional gameplay, which I will put the video in the link in the description just there in case it's a copyright issue or anything like that. Now this is made by Atari. Now it's an equestrian game with 1000 Gamerscore. It's worth over $150. It's quite an intense one. It came out in the later life of the 360. It is super. I didn't actually mind the game in terms of there's 2 events that you're pretty much trying to get do all the mini games. Like there is mini games, rodeo, which is trash controls and that. What else? There's a cross country one, and then basically you've got to go do events. And when you're doing the events, it's pretty much you've got dressage, which is the most boring out of it all. And then you've got show jumping, and then you've got cross country races. And you've also got to have races against people in the when you go into the backyard. Those are some of the mini games. But with this one here, and it also has tournaments, you got to go over the tournaments, and you pretty much got to get right to the end. There's 8 tournaments, 1 being a World Tap tournament, and you got to, of course, do the training to get yourself up so that you can do the tournaments. Then once you finish the game on amateur, you've got to do the whole game over again on professional. So it takes around about 6 to 8 hours, but it's super annoying that you have to go over the whole game again. I don't like the ones where difficulties don't stack, but professional was as easy as amateur. The only difference is with show jumping, it wasn't automatic. When it went green, you had to click the A button. But other than that, expensive game, trash game though. Now, the next one here is Senshi Sokoban Quest. And now this one here, there's a few DLCs that have come out this week for the system. They notified me on True Achievements. Now, this is DLC for 1000 Gamerscore. Now, this is another puzzle one. The achievements in it are for the levels, and you're pretty much getting the achievements on levels 14, missing 15, then 16, 17, 18, and 19. This was pretty easy, this one. We pretty much played it straight from level 1. It wasn't that hard of a game, and when it gets to level 20, it's pretty simple. It's in the later levels where it gets kind of a bit difficult. Now, next one here is another DLC by JM Nido Game Developers. Now, this is Fruit Adventure. This is another 1000 Gamerscore. This is a platformer, pretty bare bones platformer. Actually, not a bad platform in terms of movement and fluidity. Pretty much you're going to get the stars. I had already got these red stars because the red stars are in level 1, 2, they're all the way at the start as well. So I had already 50 of these. So the moment that I touched a red star, I got all the achievements. Now, the achievements for these are red stars, 30 red stars, 35, 40, 45, and 50. So all up 5 achievements worth 1000 Gamerscore there. Now the next one here is Prison of Illusion, another DLC, and this is by Derek DF. 1000 Gamerscore, it's another platformer. Like as you'll see here, I've actually played this game relatively recently, I believe, on one of the What's Up Wednesdays. So these ones are pretty much just doing levels 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So doing it in every second level. Very easy, and once again, this developer also done an update which deleted your progress, so you had to go basically back to the start. And of course, doing 10 levels really isn't that hard of a platform game like this. So very easy 1000, and there's another 1000 there. The next one here is Mr. Slime in Dungeon. Now this is by company Two Dragon Tales. Now this is 3000 Gamerscore, and it's a platformer. Now this one also has one for the Xbox One and the Series X. So you'll see a pattern with these ones. They're pretty good, and normally you can buy the whole pack. Sometimes they also come with a Windows counterpart. I believe this one did as well, and I just purchased the whole 3. Very simple game. Quite a fun little platformer, to be honest. I actually enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoy platformers, and this one had a little bit of quirkiness to it. Good jumps, good movement, everything like that. Achievements wise, you're doing all the levels, getting all the way up to 40, plus at the same time in there you're also grabbing 50 coins, which as you can see by the way I'm playing it there, it's pretty easy to get the 50 coins out. Nearly knocked out within the first like 3 or 4 levels. I think it's actually only about 38 minutes to an hour, so it's not too long. 3000 Gamerscore on 2 systems there, so nice little 6000 Gamerscore. And next one here is Frozen Gauntlet. Now this is by the company Old School Vibes. It's 2000 Gamerscore platformer. This one's quite a funny one because if you actually see the picture of the game, you're like, looks pretty cool. It looks like a cool game. Then you get into it and it's nothing like the picture. It's this tiny little sprite. Like, this game had a really hard out flow to it. It started out easy, and then it was annoying because what you got to do is you pretty much got to jump over things, and you don't realize, but you'll see me die when I first try, because I was like, what are you supposed to do? I thought you're supposed to jump on them and like Mario, boom, and kill them. But now this one you have to jump, double jump up, then push down and X, and you'll hold it, and it'll go blast, and then blast the little ice out, and then they cause into an ice block. Then you have to start going over to things like bats, and you have to go jump up in the air, get it, jump up in the air, and this is how you use steps and stepping stones in this. So it's very interesting kind of game, but yeah, it got real hectic on about level 4, I believe it was. Either way, you might see me screw up quite a few times here. I actually did do 2 videos of it, so I'm actually going to check out which one is the better one of the 2, because I remember the first one I'm pretty sure was really bad. Now, next one here is Ghoulies Garden. This is by Evernote Game Studio, and to be honest, I've been looking out for a lot of 3000 Gamerscores, because this one is 3000 Gamerscore. My editor actually did give me a little bit of a heads up and showed me one that I didn't even know was there. So thanks for that one. It's amazing that it's actually got a 3000. You don't see too many 3000 Gamerscores that I haven't done. It's pretty fun. Maze-like, all up, achievements are to get to level 30, and as you can see, when you step on these little, almost like a kind of ghost platform, I'm almost trying to think, almost like Alex Kidd. You know, when you stepped on those ghost things, the next thing the ghost would appear. Sometimes you can get him, and then you jump down as fast as possible. The next one you get will be a ring. So there were special ways like that, but this one, you're pretty much just going through, and there's certain levels where you have to turn on ghost mode. Most of the time, just because I couldn't be bothered looking at the achievement list, I was pretty much just going through it and holding off till the last one, and then hitting a ghost and then running to the last coin. So it made it a bit easier. Pretty easy Gamerscore there, and it was only around about 48 minutes, I think. That was pretty easy. Now the next one here is Moo and Move Extra Grazing Grounds. Now this is Evernote Game Studio, 2000 Gamerscore. Now this is a puzzle game, and if you see by the way it goes here, you're pretty much just putting down arrows to which the way you want to go. It starts out relatively easy. Then there's ones when you get to it and you think, oh no, I can have some left over, but you're not actually, can't have any left over. You have to use up all of them. So some of them are pretty easy in the terms of like you realize you're like, well, if I put 3 ups right in a row, does that get rid of all of my ups? Because I don't need ups anymore. And yes, it does. So you can get rid of it. But then there's ones where you got to go down, right, and then you look and you're like, oh, everything's right, but you need to go left. So you got to go up, left, right, and then up. Like, you know, kind of thing like that. So you got to strategize and get rid of them. But there were a few of them where I did have to get the walkthrough up. But other than that, relatively fun game. I normally don't like puzzle games that much, even though I do a lot of them. The reason why I do a lot of them is because they're easy Gamerscore, and they've got walkthroughs galore for these games. Now, next one here is, last one is Drawngun. I'm going to say it's like Dungeon. It's like the ending is Dungeon, so I'm guessing Drawngun. Drawngun, Dungeons of Ink and Paper. This is my Dark Des Labs. Has 5,000 Gamerscore potential, but unfortunately by this video I didn't quite finish it. There is a couple of achievements that I still need. So I'm at 4,850. And this one here is an RPG. The elements of this are actually quite fun. Really bare bones down to it, almost kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons like that. Started out pretty iffy and kind of not knowing what to do, but then once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. I started my class off as warrior because you've got to go through everything. So the achievements like you got to clear out spiders from the houses, and then you got to kill every single type of enemy, upgrade your bag, which, to be honest, I didn't even know what I was doing. It doesn't really give you information on where to upgrade. There's just this tree in the middle of the town, and you got to click on it. How are you supposed to know that? Like, I didn't know that at all. Maybe it told me somewhere, but I don't know. So for ages, I was like level 10 before I even knew about it. And then, of course, when I went there, the game became a lot easier because I was wondering, where do you get health? And all I could find was these mushrooms that would give me health, and that was it. Then there's a skill where you can eat items, and you get health. Once you get that, game becomes absolutely easy. You can get hit, walk away, eat some coins. And there's this little thing in town where it's basically like this kind of totem. You give him items, he'll give you coins. You honestly get so many coins in this game that's ridiculous. So I've done it with the warrior, completed the game. That got me pretty much all the achievements. 3 or 4 achievements I think I got left. With the trickster, I think it's called, the trickster. Once I complete it with him, it'll unlock a last class, and I don't have to complete them. I just have to unlock that. So that's the second achievement. The third is trying to find this weird item, which basically you put on, it makes all the world all weird. But if you actually get it, that's one of the achievements as well. And that's the last 3 that I need. So with all of that, that's all the games this week for this fortnight. It's quite a big Gamerscore jump this week. Fortnight, it's 31,810 Gamerscore. Now that puts me at currently 1,327,160. So now that one there is. Yeah, that's getting pretty impressive. Like I said, I'm coming for Bluey Zeal. If NZ Guru is watching this, if you are, I think that's a reason as to maybe why you're going hard. Maybe you've heard through the grapevine or someone's told you that I'm coming up for you, but all of a sudden you've just gone pretty hard. So, I don't know, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to get to you. But at the moment, Bluey Zeal is in my sights. He's only at 1.36, so I don't need much. And I think I'm going to get that in the next coming week. So, yeah, going to go hard. Now, that's me for the week. I'll hopefully have a fair amount of pickups this week because that was the only thing that I had last week. I've got quite a bit of bundles just arrived today, and I can't wait to open it up and show you guys. So yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed or anything like that, click that bell for notifications just so you can get notified on all my videos that come out. I do post daily with my Surging Sparks at the moment. Not sure if anyone saw the game room tour, but I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of a little bit my lighting and things like that. I've got a light above me that basically hangs. It's a drop light. I would rather have downlights in this whole room. So eventually it will be, hopefully it'll be an upgrade and get some downlights, and it'll be a little bit better on the lighting because the ring light that I've got is just, yeah, hopefully the next year's video, it's going to be a lot more on upgrade next year. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And like I say, like and subscribe to my, to get more content. I try to do as much as possible for you guys. So that's all from me today. And yeah, you have a polished gaming good day. See you later.